But if you ask me the thing that's going to be most disrupted, it's going to be payments. There are payment systems which are antiquated. The ACH system is terrible.
What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, December 21st. It is 9 a.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. So as we just saw, with these guys that work at the top of these wealth management, investment banks, etc., they're gonna throw diversions up, and we know that this is everything that Ripple has been working on as far as disrupting payments, and that's a huge market that they're going after a huge market share. And it's funny how these guys throw up these diversions, but in reality, they absolutely know what's going on. And you can even see that pure proof right here, the proof of receipts. Do you think a copycat XRP ledger has been tried by the large banks? Someone asked Matt Hamilton. He's a former Ripple employee. He said Swift did attempt to do something like it. It was using Hyperledger IIRC, but their main takeaway was this doesn't work without a public token. That's why XRP is so important, because you could have a different solution, but XRP, right? That's the golden goose that we've been saying. So let's keep going, because even in here, this is from Ripple, in case you missed it, at Ubri Connect in London. Ripple's Anthony Welfare discussed CBDCs with this guy from Japan and then from India. So watch their conversation and better understand the benefits of it. So let's listen to this part right here.
Deposit is in US dollar and transaction 80% more is in US dollar. So in these places, in de facto, they do have their local currency. Of course, central bank want to promote their local currency. That's where the CBDC comes in. At the moment, my survey says wholesale transaction, bank-to-bank transfer, a little bit successful, actually, replacing old technology. But the old technology itself is also owned by central bank anyway. And the retail one, however, it's not so successful right now, because already there is a ABA Bank, biggest bank in Cambodia, which is owned by Canadian. It's a Canadian bank, actually. So these guys are more trusted than Central Bank of Cambodia, so that they're losing already. They cannot actually introduce this market by those guys. And
so what he was saying was wholesale CBDCs have been proven to be more successful than the retail CBDCs. And that being, it's because it's on the back end. Nobody really notices much besides the people involved on the back end. All the user is going to realize is, oh, money moves faster, my funds settle faster, payments are cheaper, etc. But he's saying that the retail CBDCs have a bigger uphill battle because the general public doesn't trust the central banks as much, and the Federal Reserve being government related, that might spur people away from it, especially with all the kind of concerns around it all with the government tracking, etc. So definitely wholesale is the first priority, and then retail is definitely the second in my eyes, and he's spelling that out right there. Then we have this, Brazil launching a central bank digital currency in 2024. Brazil central bank planning CBDC launch 2024. There we go. We got the timeline here. And definitely after reading this article, we have a way better understanding of the timeline, but we already knew the timeline, right? So the upcoming implementation of ISO 222 in the high value payment space is set to unlock a host of benefits for the cross-border payments industry, from improved compliance processes to the creation of innovative products and services. Dutch bank's Joey Hahn explores how preparations are ramping up and what we should expect as we transition into the ISO 222 era. So ISO 222 to March and beyond. The origin of ISO 222 dates back to 2004, when it was first recognized by the International Organization of Standardization as the global payment standard of the future. 18 years later, the future has nearly arrived. Once Swift and major payment market infrastructures, including T2, Fedwire chips, and chaps, have migrated to the new standard over the next couple of years, ISO 222 will apply to the entire spectrum of payments, including domestic, automated clearinghouses, real-time, and high-value cross-border payments. The new standard is comprehensive in scope. flexible in nature, and will act as a harmonized global standard. This comes at a critical time for the industry, with calls for seamless and faster payments growing louder, and it is hoped that these attributes can provide the foundation for uplifted customer experience, streamlined compliance procedures, and a host of new innovative services. The decision to migrate HVP to ISO 20022 gave rise to a multi-year industry-wide set of preparations involving all key actors from financial institutions and corporates to clearing infrastructures and SWIFT. Over the past few years, however, the proposed migration strategies have, for a variety of reasons, been somewhat of a moving target. Most recently, the ECB announced that it's anticipated to be final change to its strategy, with go live date moving from November 22nd, 2022 to March 2023. To give participants additional time to complete their testing in a stable environment. In order to align with the ECB's revised strategy and to ensure that implementation is as straightforward as possible, both the European Banking Authority, Clearing, and SWIFT announced that they will also sync up their respective migrations. The Bank of England is scheduled to migrate in April 2023, though a deadline extension is also being considered, followed by the Clearinghouse and the Federal Reserve Banks in November 2023 and March 2025, respectively. I mean, we don't have much time to wait in the grand scheme of things, man. Like, we're talking, say, even March of 2025 at the latest. That's about to be 2 years away and just about 3 months. We're really close to the end of the finish line here, and that's the worst case scenario. I'd say 2023, we're going to see a lot of resolutions of things. We're going to see a lot of stuff happen. We could see black swans, golden swans, etc. And definitely with all these initiatives lining up, March 2023 seems to be huge. November 2023 seems to be huge. And then ultimately March 2025 and November 2025 are lined up to be huge as well too. So 2023 is going to be the year that drives the next decade. And we got to be prepared for it. That's why we're watching all this stuff, right? So the difference in migration timelines and scope, as well as the fact that some banks will migrate immediately while others will wait, is introducing a host of challenges and ultimately delaying the benefits the new data-rich payment standard can bring. So how are these challenges being addressed, and what are the main considerations going forward? Full steam ahead in APAC, so Asia Pacific, high-value payment systems are already well underway. In summer 2022, you had Thailand go live, you had Malaysia go live, you had Singapore go live. Australia will be going live in March of 2023 with a coexistence period lasting until November 2024. New Zealand will also go live at that same time. So what can we learn from the early adoption of ISO 20022? Not all migrations are created equal. When moving to ISO 20022, banks operating in multiple markets have to navigate different geographical and regulatory conditions, as well as different technical approaches. Both a phased like-for-like approach and a big bang approach will also impact the migration project operations and end consumer and customer in different ways. Also, while the rules for how to use ISO 20022 messages are based on the market practices outlined by High Value Payment Systems Plus and are in line with the Cross-Border Payments and Reporting Plus, they are still not the same in every market. Close attention is needed to spot and prepare for these subtle differences or risk a higher volume of rejects and further issues in payment processing. So transaction management, it gets into it all. It took place in November 2022 and no payment traffic expected until May 2023 though. So 2023, it's a year. It will also play a key role in helping financial institutions navigate SWIFT's coexistence phase, which starts March of 2023 to November 2025. And between that period, the MT and ISO 20022 messages will remain interoperable by removing the weakest link problem, mitigating the risk of data truncation. Then it goes down here, a while longer to wait. Not quite longer, right? Though the transaction management will be a great asset to the industry, it will not be the silver bullet from day one. Before the full benefits can be unlocked, there will be a short period where it will not process any bank traffic and the processing rules will not be applied. This means that when the CBPR, Cross-Border Payments Reporting Plus messages go live in March 2023 and the first financial institutions begin to process data-rich ISO 222 payments, the transaction management rules will not be applied to these transactions until May of 2023. Okay. So the first half of 2023 is going to be big. From May 2023, the transaction management is scheduled to go through a 3-stage build-up approach to ensure platform stability and mitigate concentration risk. Over the course of the build-up period, Swift will be closely monitoring the payment channels and watching for high levels of traffic. If any at a particular time an extraordinarily high volume of messages was detected, Swift would be able to react and help reduce the number of payments being routed through the transaction manager by introducing additional routing criteria. So there we go. So they're building up the systems. So then it's talking about it will not be fully operational until May of 2023. Carry on testing. So with the migration now in sight, what is left to do? Many of our clients have been reaching out to us asking about the possibilities of testing. In this respect, we have been as accommodating as possible regarding bilateral tests. And while it is clearly not feasible to test with every client, we have also taken steps to facilitate self-service activities. So Dutch Bank recently launched the DB Institutional Cash Management portal on Swift, and they're doing testing and everything like that. So as the deadline approaches, it is worth remembering the reason these efforts are being made. The ISO 20022 migration is much more than just a new messaging format. It is the start of an entirely new era for payments. It is a huge opportunity to fundamentally reassess and greatly improve existing business models and solutions. And in doing so, it will help the payments community meet the changing needs of their clients both now and in the future. And that's so important to understand, guys. We're on the precipice of a big, big change in just the way our financial system is wired. And that's why if you are just finding out what's going on, or you feel as if like there's more to learn because you're maybe a year in, 2 years in, I've been a part of this for 6 years, tracking Ripple throughout this whole process all day, every day, keeping on top of it. So I bundled up everything that I know into courses on the website. There's paid courses, but until January 1st, we have our free crypto masterclass accelerator. Click this link, go to stargate-ventures.com. The link will be in the bio. 13 fundamental videos preparing you for what's about to come and how you can navigate it successfully. So go get this. We're stopping the free crypto masterclass accelerator January 1st. So what do you got to lose? It's free, right? If you like what you see, then after you can go into get the advanced courses, everything like that. So join that. Link will be in the bio. Also, if you haven't already, click subscribe, hit the notification bell, get updated in real time. We're pushing these out, pushing a lot of it out. We want to have you get updated right when they get pushed out. We appreciate your support. And also too, join the Discord. The link will be in the bio there. We're doing like a 12 days till Christmas special. And I believe there's like 3 or 4 days left. So go over there and do that, because I'm telling you, January 1st, we're getting rid of the free stuff. We're going up on the prices. We're getting an influx of people, and it's the only way to balance that supply and demand, right? So if you haven't already, go in there. If you still see the Christmas special on the Me 6 when you join the Discord, right? You'll get to this. If you still see this, bite the bullet, sign up for it. Literally, we're getting rid of all these lower prices, and we're only going to have the higher prices, because going forward, we definitely want to tighter knit inner circle, really helping people along the way on this, as well as definitely that it requires more focus, right? So we can't be spread too thin. So how do we compensate with that? Supply and demand, the price. So for now though, you still got an opportunity. We got 4 days left this 12-day Christmas special, as well as on the website here, get your free crypto masterclass accelerator. So yeah, let's keep going in. So we got this from a follow-up on ISO 20022 migrations. Here's the timeline. So we know that the first quarter of 2023 is when it all kicks off, towards the end of it, like the end of the second quarter to the end of the first quarter to the beginning of the second quarter, like boom, right there. Then we have November 2023, a big time frame too, because you got the US and you got Hong Kong. Then 2025 is the next big phase, and the end of 2024 to the first quarter of 2025. So really, like, we got like a year left at the max. I would say that now's the time to start learning. If you don't feel like you're already prepared for this, you want to get the education going now, so you're able to navigate the actual market and see what's going on from a third eye perspective. Basically, when the time comes, there's a small window, and I just want to make sure everybody's capitalizing on it. So that's it, guys. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. We're going to go into all this stuff here, the climate agenda with the personal carbon credit system, Agenda 2030, also some other things with MIT, Rockefeller's, Gates Foundation, Ford Foundation, New America is what they're calling it. So financing digital public infrastructure kind of sounds like a digital public good. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.